All right, we're learning Perek Gimel Halacha Vov. Hopefully, the audio and video will go together this time. We'll see. Elohein, Rambam says, She'ein le'en chelek le'olam haba. These are those who do not have a portion of the world to come. El nechosim, they are cut off. V'oivdim, they are lost. V'nidoinim, and they are judged. Al goydel rishon, because of their terrible wickedness. V'chatosom, and their sins. Lo'olam, forever. U'lo'oil me'olamim, beyond the comprehension of what man can comprehend of what time means. Now, we'll go to the Peirush. We're going to be discussing in this Halacha those who don't have a portion in the world to come. The one who says there's no Hilchos Chametz as a concept of Judaism. Those who deny Mashiach. Those who are apostates. Those who cause others to sin. Those who do a sin without regard for anyone, they do it publicly, like Yokum. Those who give over their fellow Jews to the authorities for things that are not halachically correct, not halachically incorrect. Those who place their fear on the populace, not for the purpose of Shemayim, that for a heavenly purpose, and those who spill blood and speak Lashon Hara, and finally those who do not act properly with regard to the obligations of someone who has been circumcised. We go now to the Rambam again. We'll begin saying Ve'eluhein she'ein lehem chelek le'olam haba. These are those who do not have a portion of the world to come. Even though we wrote earlier that every Jew has a portion of the Olam Haba, even if he sinned, but there is still outside Klolim. We also learned earlier that ultimately they can get a portion of the world to come. El Nichosim, they are cut off from the eternal life. V'oivdin, they are lost and they are judged. Nidoinim al Gadol Rishon, they are judged on the greatness of their sins. V'chatosom, and their wickedness and their sins. Lo'olam u'lo'il me'alomin. Who are they? Haminim. Now we come to the count of who they are. These are those who are deny the existence of Hashem. Apikorsim. This is the second category, which is of a lesser category than the minim. A min is someone who believes in a different faith. Apikorsim are those who are heretics. V'akoivim b'Torah, those who deny the divinity of Torah. And v'akoivim b'Tchiyas HaMeisim, and those who deny that there will be resurrection after death, there will be a skoil, that Mashiach will come. Hamushumodim, those who convert Achmon al-Islam to other religions. Machtia Rabim, this we'll learn in Halacha Yud actually. V'apershim midarkei tzibur, those who do not join with the tzibur. V'oisa avera biyadrom v'fahesya, and those who do an avera with a strong hand, like we find by Yokum, who was Melch Yehuda, that will be in Halacha 11. V'amoisrim, that we will explain, the Rambam will explain in Halacha Yud Beis. U'matile emo al hatzibur shelo l'shem shamayim, those who place their fear on the populace not for heavenly purpose. That goes to Gimel. Shofrei domim, those who murder, Balei Lashon Hara, and those who speak evil of their others. And somebody who is immoral. So we find in the Mishnah Sanhedrin 90a. These are those that do not have a portion of the world to come. The one who says there's no Tchiyas HaMeisim in Torah, ve'ein Torah min Hashamayim, and an Apikoros. Here the word Apikoros is used as opposed to minim. Also somebody who studies, and here the question is, what does it mean outside Svarim, wisdom of outside, or Svarim that are negative. Those who use magical properties or properties other than those that are permitted by Torah. Abishol adds Af Hoiges Hashem Boishes, somebody who says the name of Hashem as it is written, not as we say with Adna, but it speaks out the entire Shem Havaya. The Be'er Sheva, in Sanhedrin 100b, asks, Rambam leaves out here in our section those who read Svarim that are chitzonim, not of Jewish content. And he answers that he relied on the Mishnah and Ovis. So the Eliezer says a person should study Torah and know what to answer in Apikoros. And the Rambam explains in Peirush HaMeir that even though at times one has to learn the concepts of other nations in order to know what to answer them, be careful that you should not have in your heart the thought come up which coincides with what these other nations believe, and he should have his heart intent on belief in Hashem. Thus we find that this Mishnah permits learning Svarim Chitzonim and to know what to answer those who are heretics. And the reason that he doesn't mention, it doesn't codify the Halacha like the Mishnah and Sanhedrin, is because the Gemara in Rosh Hashanah counts these that don't have a portion of the Ola in the world to come, and it too does not mention certain other things, such as somebody who utilizes magic to heal wounds, and the one who says the Shem Hashem with its letters. Therefore, the Rambam feels that the Halacha need not be necessarily like the Mishnah in Sanhedrin. Because the Mishnah cites a brayso in Rosh Hashanah 17a that brings most of the things that the Rambam mentions, that they go to Gehenna and they are judged there for generations and generations, up to the point where Gehenna ceases to exist and they do not cease to have their agony. One who says there's no Tchias HaMesim, there's no resurrection after death found in the Torah. In the Mishnah we find, again in Sanhedrin 90a, these are those who do not have a portion of the world to come. Someone who says there's no Tchias HaMesim and there's no Torah from heaven, again the Apikoros, etc. And the brayso writes, it's written V'apikoros. What is an Apikoros? What is a heretic? Somebody who denies Torah min hashamayim and resurrection. The Rambam makes a differentiation between Apikoros as a separate category and somebody who denies Torah and Tchias HaMesim. He incorporates all three, not as one unit. Rashi explains, who are those who deny resurrection? Somebody who says there's no Tchias HaMesim min Torah, that he says that the Gemara's derivation from where we learn Tchias HaMesim, even if he believes that he will live, we'll turn the page, just that he is of the opinion that it's not found in the Torah, since the Chazal tell us where it's learned from, he has no source in the Torah. This is called denying what's said in the Torah, because the Torah is not interpretable or understandable except by tradition. The Be'er Sheva writes that a Talmud who makes a mistake and wrote it didn't write it from Rashi, because in Sanhedrin we find Why is this punishment so great? That somebody who denies Tchiyas HaMesim, that he should not merit Olam Haba, because he denied resurrection, because all the attributes, the Midos of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, is to pay a person equally to that which he denied, and therefore he transgressed. So it would seem he doesn't have the world to come, which would merit him Tchiyas HaMesim, because he did not believe in Tchiyas HaMesim. And the Be'er Sheva said, therefore, and the Be'er Sheva infers from the language of the Rambam that they deny Tchiyas HaMesim. He doesn't say Minat Torah, and that's the 13th of the 13 principles of faith. The Rambam writes, I believe that there will be Tchiyas HaMesim when HaKadosh Baruch Hu shall desire to do so, and may his memory be uplifted forever and ever. We'll continue the next portion in the next shiur.